must be the greatest. I told the world, I thought the God ever made. The best ever.
Welcome to the DL Boxing Podcast. I am your host, Coach D, along with co-host Bad Chaz and neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, where we talk about the sport you and I love, boxing. Welcome, everybody. This is episode 43. Thank you guys for tuning in. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, let him know what's on tap, brother.
Yeah, we'll talk about that fight recap. We had fights this Friday, this Saturday. Great fights. We'll talk about those.
Yeah, absolutely. Bad Chaz, what else are we going to talk about, man?
Oh, we're going to talk about fight week, and that's going to be about the fight between Zhang and Joyce, the rematch, man.
The rematch, man. It should be interesting, right? We've had a couple interesting rematches already this year. It's going to be fun to talk about it, right? All right, guys. Well, it's time to recap the fights that happened this past weekend, guys, and let's turn our attention to Federico Pacheco Jr. He scored a nice TKO in the third round over Carlos Cardenas. Both fighters were undefeated. Pacheco comes out on top, showing some nice body work, a nice attack behind the jab. Bad Chaz, what'd you think of that performance, man?
Oh, you know what? Just watching Pacheco kind of go in there and just outwork his opponent. Like you said, going in there and throwing those body shots, being accurate with them, and just kind of ultimately wearing down his opponent over the course of time and just getting that victory. And I just can't wait to see what's next for him.
Absolutely. Yep. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, it's good to see a young fighter, fight off the jab and attack the body, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of young fighters actually, don't go to the body as often, but we're seeing Pacheco Jr. Attack that body and beat his opponent with those body shots. What do you think, man?
Yeah, exactly. That was his game plan, was to go to the body. And you know what? For some reason, I thought Carlos kind of like even seen it coming, but there was nothing he could do to stop it, man.
Interesting. Yeah.
And it seemed like Fed could do whatever he wanted in that ring. I felt like he should have did a little sooner because he took some good shots. But again, it's nice to see him take a little bit of shots and see how he responds to it.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, dude, great performance. Those body shots are deadly, man.
Yeah, right on. Federico improves to 5-0 with 4 KOs. Congratulations, Federico Pacheco, on your victory. All right, guys, let's turn our attention to the ESPN card where El General Emiliano Vargas scored an impressive third-round TKO over Alejandro Guardado. Another fight where it featured 2 undefeated fighters. But neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, Emiliano Vargas was just on another level, right?
Yeah, man, I'm big on him, dude, man. He actually, again, just impressed me all over again. You know what I mean? I just figured this guy's has a little bit more resistance because he's undefeated. And, Emiliano he wants to climb that ladder, dude, and get better and better. So they're putting, tougher opponents in front of him.
Right.
But the thing was, dude, he does everything right, man.
Right.
And he can adapt. And, man, he impressed me all over again, man.
Yeah, I agree. Bad Chaz, the precision that Vargas's punches were just landing. It was just really nice, crisp attack. What'd you think, man?
Oh, like Neighborhood Hero said, man, every time we watch him, he's just more and more polished. The way he delivers his punches, man, they're just accurate. The way he shifts his body around to kind of make angles, you know what I mean, while he's on in the inside.
Right.
And you know what, just kind of overwhelms his opponent, but he's patient, he's poised, he's defensively responsible. And I mean, I just can't wait to see what he's got going on for him in the future because, you know what, he's just got a lot of tools in the bag and not a lot of prospects do. And he just seems like he can make adjustments as the fight progresses. And he just looks great, man.
Yeah, he does. And we all tune into his fights. He's just must-watch TV.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to El General Emiliano Vargas. All right, guys, let's turn our attention to Puerto Rican sensation Xander Zayas. He scored a 5th-round TKO over Roberto Valenzuela Jr. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios. This was actually probably his best performance to date. What do you think of Xander's performance?
You know what? Again, I'm big on Xander, man. And what impressed me was that jab, that hard jab. He just like stuck to it, man. And like I said, it was going to be a short night for Valenzuela, and it was, man. Xander took it to him, dude, and he wanted to leave no doubt in any of the doubters' minds that he's going to be one of those top guys in the next year or so, man.
Yeah, and well said. That jab was certainly the punch of the weekend, right? Everybody had a nice jab, right? That stiff jab. Bad Chaz, Xander Zayas, anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. This fight, watching him have the ability to fight kind of going backwards on his feet while still dominating, he just seemed very patient, but then he was poised and he was able to kind of know when to go in for the kill. And man, his timing and accuracy was just on point. You know what I mean? Like his opponent would be kind of going to the ground, but he was able able to kind of still land a punch to the head, you know, like to where he was just, his timing was just super accurate. And yeah, that's definitely what stood out to me during that
Yeah,
fight.
absolutely. The future's bright for Xander, neighborhood hero Ryan Rios. He fights at junior middleweight, 154-pound division. Where does he go from here? He is 17-0 now with 11 knockouts. Eventually fights with Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora. What do you think, man?
You know what? Again, like Top Rank's pretty picky on who they put their opponents
Keep
against.
forgetting about Top Rank.
So it's hard to say, man. Yeah, those guys that you mentioned, I would love to see that maybe in a year or so.
Right, I mentioned Showtime fighters.
But again, like it's hard to say, man. He's a young kid, man, and
Yeah.
I'd give him about another 4 or 5 fights. I know he wants, you know, to shoot for a title sooner, but again, there's no rush on this
Yeah.
kid, man.
Yeah, no, I think
just
that-
keep getting better, man.
Don't rush him, but think about the future.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Absolutely, that is sound advice. I like what I'm hearing, guys. Yeah, so congratulations, Xander Zayas, on your victory. All right, guys, let's turn attention to the main event, which saw IBF featherweight champion Luis Alberto El Venado Lopez score a 12-round unanimous decision against the tough Joet Gonzalez. Bad Chaz. This was actually a tougher fight for Lopez than maybe many anticipated. What do you think of that Lopez's performance?
Oh, you know, Lopez, he's just kind of a little awkward. You know what I mean?
Right.
He has his own way of placing his shots. You know what I mean? He does. It's not like your traditional way of setting up punches. You know, he kind of has his unorthodox positioning and the way he throws his punches. You know, they're almost kind of like hooks. But you know, he's able to get the job done that way. But you know what? He had opposition during that fight too. You know, it wasn't handed to him. I kind of seen it. You know, maybe more of a 50-50 fight or like a 60-40 fight. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, the judges kind of had it a little wide, but hey, you know what? Congratulations to his victory.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the scorecards were a little wide for my liking. Neighborhood hero on reels. Joet, he's sound. He's a sound boxer and kind of exposed a little bit of the flaws that Lopez has in the ring, but just couldn't do it often enough, right? What'd you think, man?
Yeah, you know what? I thought the fight was closer than it was on the scorecards. But again, Joet came on late.
Yeah.
And even some of those rounds late, I feel like Venado even stole some of them at the last end of the rounds. But again, Joet's tough, man. He's durable, dude, and he's always going to go in there and fight and give it his all. And that's what he did. He came up short. But again, I don't take nothing away from both fighters, and I'm looking forward to Venado and Joet Gonzalez fighting again, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of the 126-pound division, this clears or paves the way for the IBF champion Venado Lopez to face the other champion El Tren Robesi Ramirez, who I believe is I don't know if he's under contract with Top Rank or not, but that is a unification bout that we all would love to see. Robesi, I believe, is a Cuban. Just great skills. Also has power. So it would be a nice matchup of power punchers and, whose skill would overcome whose,
Right.
So those are some of the fights that we definitely want to see. I hope it happens soon, but we want to give the congratulations to Venado Lopez on your victory. All right, guys. The next fight, we saw William Zepeda earn just a fantastic 6-round TKO of Mercito Gesta. William Zepeda is now 29-0 with 25 KOs. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios. That was another fight that had me in awe, man. Just the way Zepeda swarmed Mercito Gesta, but with skill. The distance, how he threw his punches on the inside were just perfect. They look balanced, crisp, precise. And Mercito Gesta felt it, man. What'd you think, man?
Yeah, dude, exactly, man. Zepeda just looked again, just like relentless, man. And honestly, man, I think he's the Mexican monster, dude. Man, how do you beat this guy, dude? How do you stop him? Like, there's nothing you could do to back him up. And I know I took some flack for it, but I said, man, I think he's on top of that division. And I know that division's stacked, but until I see anybody putting any type of like resistance and pushing him back, man, he just can outmatch you in every way, dude, with volume, man. And I just would like to see him shoot for a title in the next year. So
yeah,
he's that good to me.
He's definitely a force to be reckoned with. Bad Chaz, William Zepeda, like I say, he's undefeated in a stacked 135-pound division. I know some time back, Zepeda and Frank Martin actually had a little discussion for a potential fight. That's maybe a fight we want to see, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a perfect matchup.
Two undefeated fighters.
Zepeda's talented though, man. He's got a high volume. You know, his technique and style is perfect. He's a southpaw with high volume punches, and if you watch him, you know what I mean. He's throwing these punches from his legs. You know what I mean. He walks his opponent down and he delivers these shots to where he overwhelms them, and it's just like you said, his shots are crisp. So yeah, I agree with Neighborhood Hero. You know what I mean. I think he's going to dominate this division. You know what I mean. If not, he's going to be close to it, to where that competition's just going to be neck and neck, and he's going to be right there with it. So definitely want to see him go up to the top of that division.
Yeah, and at the top of the division, we're going to have the Shakur Stevensons, Tank Davis. So great fights. Hopefully we can see Zepeda in and prove himself. But with that said, guys, congratulations to William Zepeda on an impressive victory. All right, guys. Well, it's fight week. All right, guys. Well, this weekend we have the rematch in the heavyweight division between Zhilei Zhang and Joyce, scheduled for 12 rounds. Zhilei Zhang will be defending the WBO interim heavyweight title. He sports a record of 25-1-1 with 20 knockouts. Joyce 15-1, 14 knockouts. Of course, Zhang gave Joyce his first loss in an impressive first fight, guys. I felt that Zhang just tattooed Joyce with those lefts, hurting him early, kept him off balance, and just ended up swelling up, I believe, his right eye, to where, you know, the ref had no choice but to stop the fight. Interesting rematch. You know, we all love to have that second crack at a fixing our whatever went wrong in the first fight. Neighborhood Hero Ryan Rios, how do you see this fight? Does Joyce rebound from this?
You know what? I'd like to see him rebound, but the thing is Liam Smith and Eubank.
All right, that rematch, yeah.
That right there, dude, is like motivation and
hope
that Joyce can rebound and take it to Zhang, dude. And I think he stopped Zhang this time, dude. Just like Eubank stopped Smith.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I think Joyce learns from his mistakes. He comes on strong, and I think he knocks out Zhang, dude. And I want to say he knocks him out within 10, man.
Man, so you're saying he's going to evade those straight lefts? I mean, because in the first fight, you know, I thought he looked squared. That, you know, he just gave his, you know, he stayed on the
straight up and
down, and Zhang was just tagging him with that straight left. But yeah, I mean, it's possible, right?
Yeah.
That he gives him maybe a different angle, you know, to where maybe that left falls a little short. With that said, Bad Chaz, what do you think Joyce can do to turn this around?
Oh, you know what? Just getting his head off the line, just making some small adjustments. It's not going to really take much. You know, leading up to that first fight, we were all kind of leaning towards Joyce to take that victory. We thought Zhang
momentum
had the deficiency in the stamina department. And you know what I mean? If he can capitalize on some of those things that would lean in his direction, I think that, you know, he can win that fight, like Neighborhood Hero said. But yeah, just keeping his head off the line and just kind of have a little more of the fundamentals down. And I think just be a little patient, but just you know, listen to his corner. So I think that definitely this is a fight where, you know, I could see him redeeming himself. And I would like to see that because it's pretty cool. You know, Zhang honored a rematch. It's like these guys are keeping each other going. So it's nothing but love in the ring with these guys and respect. So it's going to be a good performance.
Yeah, that's the intriguing part, to see how Joyce makes the adjustments in this fight. He keeps his head off the line and just kind of defensively more responsible, right? Because like you said, Zhang's stamina issue was almost showing up in the fight. Like that was the only thing I was seeing. Like, man, you know, Zhang's slowing down, but so was Joyce, to where when Joyce attacked Zhang, you know, Zhang was able to just parry them and kind of rest up and then deliver those straight hard shots that were just landing all night. I don't know. To me, I'm gonna go with it's repeat. I think Zhang is gonna tattoo him again. And stop him again. But I wouldn't mind being wrong, man, because I love when the fighters go back to the drawing board and you know, correct their mistakes and pull out a victory, which is wonderful to see. Any prediction on that? I know you said
I mean,
Joyce.
I kind of lean in more with Joyce this time. You know what I mean? Hopefully the corner can kind of be on that ice pack from the beginning. You know what I mean? To keep that swelling down, because I guess he does have a tendency to swell up early, and that's what ultimately stopped the fight. So it kind of gave that fight to Zhang. So Yeah, I would like to see Joyce come out victorious in this one, and redeem himself, because it's just fun to watch him.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, do not miss the rematch between Zhilei Zhang and Joyce. All right, guys, well, that concludes our podcast. Bad Chaz, any shout outs you want to make, brother?
Yeah, Jordan Fuentes, man. I want to give him a shout out for his recent victory. We had him on a few episodes ago, and just a super talented kid and the amateur pedigree, and can't wait to see him just rise above, man.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Jordan Fuentes. Neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, any shout outs you want to make this week, brother?
Yeah, you know what? I'll shout out Kato Kane. I've been chatting with him this week, and hopefully we get you on soon, brother, because I like to talk to you.
Yeah, we look forward to having a proper interview with Kato Kane, man. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I want to shout out my daughter, Megan. I want to wish her a happy 21st birthday. I hope you enjoy your day, honey, and we love you very much.
Happy birthday.
With that said, we also want to shout out cameraman Liam and sound guy Rob. Thank you guys again for all the work.
Thanks, fellas.
And with that said, guys, I am Coach D, along with Bad Chaz and neighborhood hero Ryan Rios, and we're out, guys.